Did you ever do that? Like have a show shirt picked out?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like I know what I'm wearing in 2 weeks.
Well,
Then have it put aside.
especially if I like just saw a band
Yeah.
that I really liked, and I was like, I'm gonna wear that to the next show. I definitely did that.
What I did was whatever shirt was, if I had like say I went to a show and I bought a shirt, right? Which is rare because bands rarely had shit in my size. But I would put those shirts aside, right? I wouldn't just add them to the day-to-day rotation. Their first wear was another show. And then after that, they went into Gen Pop, regular circulation.
Mm-hmm. But you had to showcase it at the next show.
When it's crisp and nice.
Yeah, when it's nice.
Maybe the next show or the couple after, because sometimes you would get a backlog of like 3 or 4 new shirts. So you're like, all right, I'm set for the next 4 shows.
But this, even if you got just one new shirt, but you say you had like 4 shows coming up,
No,
you'd be like, yeah, but this first show, I'm popping off
it's true.
with the new heat.
Especially like if we were performing, because last thing you want is pictures to be taken at one show, then pictures taken at a show you play like 2 weeks later, and you got the same shirt on.
Oh,
Like I never had that kind of thing in like high school where I worried about that shit, but playing in bands, I always worried about that. It's like, what did I wear last time I played Lemoyne, Pennsylvania? Or where did I wear last time I played Columbus, Ohio? You know, like that. You're like, well, last time I was there, I think I had a Slumlord shirt on. I can't wear that again.
yeah, I don't want to be an outfit repeater.
Yeah, especially in away from home like that.
Yeah.
You must think people in Delaware are dirtballs.
Uh-huh.
That shit,
As opposed to...
retarded dirtballs. Yeah. I got things in the edible diaries.
I was hoping you had that. Do you have any daily jocularity today?
I don't.
That's okay. We have lots of things we can talk about.
Why? Do you have daily jocularity?
Nah.
No, then why bring it up?
Oh, because I do have our friends do cool shit.
Go for it. Edible diaries can wait.
Because this is just the, the standard main feed episode. Well, first of all, the day this is coming out next week.
Yep. This is the last, it's probably going to be the last Just Dennis and Tommy episode for a long time.
Yeah, it could be.
Because of what's coming in March.
Mm-hmm. It's more like Stan Darsh. Let's see. The weekend. Well, in a couple weekends, they are doing a benefit show for Grim Jim at Bonks.
They're going to roll out padding on the floor. Give him 2 helmets.
That poor guy's walking with a cane now, just for a while.
He should have walked with a cane before he
should have
hurt his head.
He should have.
Dimwit.
Before he cracked his melon.
That boy ain't right.
Too old to dive, too cringe to die is what the show is called. Too old to dive is correct. Friend of the show, John Wren's favorite, the Hears Collective is playing. Many Blessings, Eye Flies, Sun Rot,
Ooh.
Cowardice,
Ooh.
Intercourse,
Don't know them.
Half Cross, Varlets, Zombie Shark, and Tarnish Preventer.
Nice.
They're playing at Bonks on Saturday, February the 15th.
Sunrot and Coward is fucking rule. Everybody should check them out. 2 good Jersey bands.
Eye Flies is pretty okay.
Eye Flies rips too, dude.
I didn't expect to like it.
Is Spanny still in that band?
I think he started it, right?
But is he still in it?
I think so,
Okay.
as far as I know. But when he started it, I was like, what the fuck is this going to sound like? What is this
rules.
fucking name? And
It's
I was
really
like,
good.
Oh, it's actually really good.
I'm surprised you like it.
I didn't mind it. I think they practiced in the building that Drow's practiced in at one point. Because I think I heard it, coming from a room. And then, let's see, 2 weeks after that, we have a Death Sculpted Productions Presents show coming up, also at Bonks, starring none other than Gord Embrace from Chicago,
Ooh.
Damnation's Propane from Delaware,
Hmm?
Primitive Rage from Missouri, and Philly's own Irritable Bowel Syndrome.
Nice.
Their logo is just IBS, which I think is so funny.
Rips, dude.
Well, their bowels are ripping something because they're shitting.
I don't get it.
And they're shitting and farting.
What are you implying?
It's at Blancs. 7 o'clock. $15.
Oh fuck.
I got 2 more shows coming up too.
Mm.
Oh, this is a new fucking crazy good release that just came out on Knife Hits Records.
Mm.
The new Moros record.
Mm-hmm. That was on my list too.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That's the record release for that show is going to be Sunday, March the 9th. Presented by Dave Kiss at Johnny Brenda's.
Uh-huh.
Moros, let's see. Recrudescent Horror is what it's called, right?
I don't know.
Well, it's the EP release show for that, as well as Coffin Dust and Caged
Nice.
at Johnny Brenda's.
Coffin Dust and Caged are both great.
Yeah. And then one more show I saw coming up.
Everybody should go check out Moros's new record, which name I can't remember, but it's on Knife Hits. So just look up Knife Hits Records and Moros Filth on Instagram, and you should find.
Wow, that record was something.
What? The Moros record?
Recrudescent Horror. It was really good, and everybody who the show follows on Instagram posted it too, and I was like, okay, it must be really good. Then the last show that caught my attention was Incantation, coming up at the Foundry with Mammoth Grinder and let's see, I can't really read this logo. And Walking Grounded in the bottom left corner.
They're grounded. Why are they walking? They should be in their room.
Yeah, where do you think you're going?
It looks like Ripped to Shreds.
Maybe.
If it's Ripped to Shreds, that fucking rips, dude. I love that band.
I think it is Ripped to Shreds now that you say that. Yeah, April 3rd.
Yeah.
7:30 p.m. at the Foundry, which is the upstairs venue at the Fillmore.
You brought up Death Sculpted. There is a YouTube page I've mentioned on here before that I follow called Death Metal Productions or presentations and shit like that. It's one of those places where they just post like cool new albums that had come out or really, really old albums.
Is that the only YouTube page you follow like that, or is there?
No, there's
multiple?
like 5 or 6.
Okay, I thought.
But they just recently put up an interview with Ron from Death Sculpted and Blasphemous talking about the new Blasphemous record.
Nice.
It's a little 5-minute interview. It's just cool. So I know I didn't really plug it as well as I should, but
that's on Death Metal Productions.
It is. I think it is Productions on YouTube, and it's just like a little 5-minute interview with Ron. Go check it out.
Well, maybe we should post the link.
Yeah, we will, and drive up the views on that so everybody thinks fucking Ron Dog is Axl Rose.
He looks like him.
He does.
Talks like
Give me some reggae.
Talks like him.
Yeah, he does.
The ripped up Dave Janis interview from Jade Tree Records.
R.I.P. Dave Janis.
I wish he was still with us.
I don't. I hope if he listens to this, he's currently stepping in a muddy puddle in white sneakers. Is that all you had, bud?
Yeah, that's our friends do cool shit.
Also, our friends do cool shit. My buddies in Out to Destroy just put up a new song, a cover of a band you like, Typo Negative, Kill All the White People.
I heard it.
Yeah,
it's it's in the, like when you create something on Instagram, like a reel or a story or a post, you can add music to it, and it was the first thing that came up in the suggested of like songs to add. It was their version of it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I know that song.
Find them on Instagram. I'm pretty sure their handle is Set Out to Destroy. So give them a follow. Some good old Integrity Worship from down in Virginia. Yeah, they just posted a Typo Negative cover. So check that out. Frankie is a good boy.
Kill all the white people. I know that song.
That band stinks. But I have shit in the Edible Diaries. This one doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
I don't remember what the train of thought behind this was, but it was just in there when I opened it to tell you about another thing. It just says night apples. You can only eat them at night.
Okay.
That's all it says.
That's it?
That's it.
No topping, no seasoning, no.
No, I don't know. Because like a lot of these times, like sometimes I'll just wake up and it'll be in my head and I'll just like, write it down. and then just go back to sleep or just nod off again. And there's just like no rhyme or reason. I don't remember what I was actually thinking about around it. This is one of those situations. Just night apples.
Apples.
You can only eat them at night. But if it was funny enough to write it down, it means I was probably like doubled over with laughter.
If you woke up in the middle of the night to eat a night apple, are you just gonna eat it straight?
No,
what are you
absolutely not. You cut it into slices and you spread peanut butter on it.
Okay, you spread it on. Yeah, I'll eat it I'll do that with a butter knife and do it on each individual bite. I love peanut butter on my apples.
I just cut it down maybe like 6 slices and just.
What is it, 6 or 8 or something?
Depends on which way you cut it, lengthwise. It doesn't matter.
My dad's favorite way to snack on an apple that I saw
is with a gun.
Is with a gun and a sword.
Yes, he throws it in the air, slices it in half, then shoots the halves.
Yeah, but
but the bullets are covered in peanut butter, so when they land, they have these nice peanut buttery holes in them.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. Now let me tell the story. He cuts it into cubes, not slices. He cuts golden.
Like he dices it?
Yes. Golden delicious apples specifically. He likes the yellow ones. He cuts them into cubes and puts it on a plate and covers them with salt.
All right.
He loves that snack.
Never talk to him again. So I remember
the weirdest shit I ever saw.
Both times I worked in grocery stores, one of the big things of most of the other workers was when there was when watermelon was in season and it was fresh. Like people would go buy like a half a watermelon and then one of them would go in the back, cut it up, lay it out. And this one lady, this toothless lady that worked, this is when I was still in the deli before I went to the meat department, would take her pieces of watermelon and just load them with black pepper.
Black pepper, huh? Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? What kind of combination is that? But she swore by it.
That's a flavor profile I don't really
and before you fucking cast aspersions, she was a white lady. Yeah.
Sure, but
it was just like, I had never heard of that. I've heard of salt with fruit, mostly when it comes to mixed drinks and shit, but
I'll take salt with a watermelon any day.
But black pepper?
Black pepper, never. It's like she grabbed the wrong shaker and then was just like,
no.
All right.
If she did it about 20, 25 times. She's a fucking nutball. Anyway, as you know, I like to annoy my employer.
I meant to ask you about this.
What? Go ahead and ask. Maybe it'll lead to us.
Before we started recording, even it just left my mind. Is that where Space Gang came from?
Space Gang?
Yeah.
What's Space Gang?
When you start a text with return instead of just typing.
I just felt like doing it one day.
You just felt like it?
Yeah.
Oh, I just imagined.
No, I used to sign the text message.
Right, Dennis, something, Dennis McGonigal.
Sincerely, Dennis McGonigal.
I thought this somehow would have pissed off your coworker.
No,
and he's like, "Why the fuck is there a space in front of your text? Doesn't make sense."
Me and Matt were texting one day, and one of us texted with that. Like we actually hit return before we hit send. So then the next person started doing it, and then it just kept going and going and going.
Okay.
He sold out. He quit doing it because he's a mark-ass bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I kept doing it because I fucking keep it real. I don't know if you know that about me. But I do like to drive my boss nuts. It's a lot of fun. I go over to his house, every morning. By the way, I've mentioned Robot Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I flip this vest inside out and
you become Robot Man.
Robot Man. His son, who is I think 3 now, fucking loves Robot Man. Thinks it's the greatest thing in the world because I just I keep my arms in the vest, so there's no arms, and I'm just like walking around bumping into stuff, going bleep bloop bloop bloop, and he thinks it's the most hysterical thing ever, and he like screams for it every time I come over. He's like, Robot Man, and I'm like,
Robot Man is here.
Like I don't have the Robot Man uniform today, because I'm wearing something else.
Going to work,
and he's like, oh, and then but if I know I'm going after. And like he's home from school, whatever. Like, all right, I'll bring the vest so I can do Robot Man for him. And he fucking just loses his mind.
That's great.
Now, the other day we just stopped on our way to a job to get coffee and shit, and we ended up going to a fucking Wawa, and I got a sleeve of Fig Newtons. Right? I know it's an old man cookie, but I don't care. I like them.
I don't care what anybody says. That's a great snack.
So he was just
awesome.
Giving me shit for getting old man cookies.
Oh, the old man gives you shit for being an old man?
The old man who's younger than me gives me shit for getting Fig Newtons. I enjoyed them. I actually dipped some into my coffee, and it was quite delicious.
Hmm.
But so he was making fun of me. So then once I had eaten them, this was probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours later. He's in one room, I'm in another room. So I walked to the room where he was at, and I just start goose stepping around the room, singing a song. You want to hear the song? My belly is big and full of fig Newtons. Right? Good luck getting that out of your head the rest of the day. So I just kept doing that over and over and over again. And he was just like, you're retarded or whatever. And just like told me to go do my thing. I was like, okay. I sang like 2 or 3 more times and went back to work.
You really take being annoying to the next level.
And there was no one else in the place we were working. So it was just me and him. So instead of putting on a podcast or music like I normally do, I just started singing it at the top of my lungs. And till I heard a wet rag flap against the wall between us. Like, shut the fuck up with that fucking song. And then like I started whistling it after that. And so it was just driving him nuts. And later on, like getting close to quitting time, I hear him humming it.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yes, success.
Did it. I
And
planted the seed.
That night,
Suck it.
he was like, yeah, you want to come crush some Miller Lights in the garage? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I sauntered over.
Shit, twist my arm.
And I was talking to his kid, and I was like, do you want to hear my new song?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah, what's it about? And I was like, it's about fig Newtons. He's like, I love fig Newtons. I'm like, no, right? Fig Newtons are fucking sweet, right? So I sang the song to him, and now his kid loves that song and sings it all the time. And it is
diabolical.
to my boss's detriment, and it's some of the greatest things in the world. Just, and I've been singing it now for like, I think a week and a half, and it's just...
It just never disappoints.
No. You got to walk around, and you got to goose step, like total like 1930s Hitler Youth style goose stepping around, but you gotta pat your stomach while you do it. Like, my belly is big and full of fig Newtons, like that.
For emphasis.
Yeah, because it doesn't, like, goose stepping isn't racist if you're smacking your big fat belly while you do it.
No, then you're just
thinking about fig Newtons.
Then you're just kind of walking funny.
You're just kind of marching.
Yeah.
You know, just have a little march. You know. So yeah, he was not into that, but
none too pleased, was he?
It was a great fucking song. And honestly, I can't get it out of my head, so I'm sure it's an earworm for him too.
You think he's listening to it right now?
Maybe. Yeah.
What's he doing by himself today?
I think he's doing something with the kid. Buying him Legos or some shit.
Yeah. Something that is not important to his career, quote unquote.
Yeah. Yeah.
That he so needs so badly.
He doesn't. He just does it to keep him getting bored, which is fine.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. And Legos aren't free, so
Legos are expensive.
Expensive as all shit. Legos suck now.
Because I've got a couple of the little sets for him for his last birthday, and I think I spent like $50.
Yeah, on just a couple things. Exactly.
Like 3 of the little sets, the ones that come in a box the size of like a brick, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were sick though. You know, one was like a Spider-Man one. There was Indiana Jones one, and a Ghostbusters one.
Huh.
I was like, fuck yeah, that's the trifecta.
That's a solid 3.
Kid loved it. He was like, whatever.
Oh my God. Imagine the fucking minefield that is their floor. Covered in Legos.
Because
does he have to keep it in one place or something?
He does, but he does it on his own.
Oh.
Because they have cats. Anytime the cat goes near a Lego, he thinks the cat's going to steal the Lego. The cat never steals the Lego.
The cat won't do that.
Yeah. It's not. But he just,
it would have done
he's convinced those shady little fuckers are going to steal his Legos. So he keeps them in like a case that he has for them, and he puts his shoes on top of it to weigh it down.
Well,
smart kid.
That is pretty brilliant. And in true cat fashion, it's right when you look away and when you don't expect it that they'll fuck you like that.
Ew, literally?
Yeah, it's very traumatizing for a little boy.
Weird wieners. What? They got weird wieners.
They do.
I mean, it's not like dolphin weird, but it's a weird wiener.
Isn't it? It's barbed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, right. I'm bricked up in the front now.
Dude, speaking of bricked up in the front, these fucking pants are
Well, stop buying fucking skin tight pants, you weirdo.
Well, they're standard fit 34 by 36 pants, but
Well, maybe you're not 34, 36 anymore.
all my other pants are 34, 36, and
Oh.
it fits fine.
Then
But
that's that pair of pants you might have to wear to size up or size down.
I got them on eBay. First of all, they were only $17.
Jesus.
But like, have you ever I'm sure you've worn pants that are a little too tight.
Are you kidding?
So
Are you fucking kidding me? All my pants are too tight.
So when you pull them up and you pull the front, do you ever have them like tight enough that they pull the underwear up too?
Yeah.
And it makes your underwear feel like you're wearing tighty whities?
Yes.
Awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's even more fun when you're like pulling your underwear up, then you're pulling your pants up, then you're pulling your underwear up more, just so it doesn't, so they don't have to fall down in unison. It's
just like when we first
fat boy problems.
When we first set foot in here, and I had to adjust my whole shit. Same thing is happening. They're making my fucking boxer briefs right up right now. Makes my legs feel naked, very uncomfortable. Inside the pant. I knew I should have just wore sweatpants today, like I did before.
Yeah. If you're not working, wear sweatpants.
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you have to impress today?
Not a damn thing.
Then again, that's also happening with sweatpants.
What? Make your underwear right up?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I just stopped wearing underwear with sweatpants.
You really do rock the jeans like 100% of the time, huh?
Not when I'm at home. But then again, like, if I'm at home and I don't have to be anywhere, why the fuck am I just going to sit around in jeans and a belt? Like, fuck you, right? Like, that's just insane.
A belt is psychopathic at home.
Who chills at home in jeans?
I can think of one person.
Yeah, our parents probably.
Nah.
My mother.
Close to my age, actually, will wear short pants, belt, socks, shoes, everything.
What the fuck?
In the house.
Send him to jail.
He should be in fucking prison.
If you don't have any, like, I understand like that whole, what you just mentioned, if you got places to be within, like, let's say an hour, hour and a half. But if you're just fucking chilling at the house, there's no one there but you and maybe another person who also lives there.
There's nothing on the docket for the day.
Yeah, why the fuck, if like temperature permitting, are you wearing pants at all? It's like, that's insane.
My go-to for that reason with nothing on my docket is cotton shorts. Love it.
I'm a sweatpants man or just straight boxer briefs by themselves guy.
I don't like to have a full pant unless I absolutely have to, or if it's too cold or something.
But yeah, like I don't give a fuck how broken in a pair of jeans are. They're not comfortable to relax in.
Even the best pair of jeans you own are not more comfy than sweatpants.
Or just underwear.
They never will.
You know, like, stop being a fucking freak.
I don't really like denim all that much in the first place.
No one does.
Everybody wears it all the time, though.
Like, do you think fucking, like, even, like, cowboy motherfuckers, you think they're at home, like, just rocking denim, like, chilling in their house?
Sure.
No. They're wearing those, like, fucking one-piece underwears.
Like the long johns?
Like the old school ones that are, like, fucking super, super thin.
Oh,
they have sleeves and legs on them.
There's a name for that. I don't remember what they are.
Doc something. Oh, fuck. That's going to bug me.
You could put it on your Creative Skater and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
But yeah, Dr. Denton's.
I don't know what that is.
That's what that is. And those are also the ones that had the flap over your butt. Yeah. Those are called Dr. Denton's. But yeah, like sitting, like, if you have no place else to be, if you're wearing shoes, like, okay, jeans aside, shoes is crazy.
Shoes is insane.
You're kicked up on your couch with shoes on.
Couldn't do it.
Yo, I understand if you got a pair of, like, flip-flops or some slippers. All right, cool.
Kel's got me turned on to slippers. I'm like, okay.
Now, they made my fucking feet sweat.
I was like, she's right. Slippers are good.
They made my feet sweat. So fuck that.
Because my walking outside of the house real quick to take the dog out or get the mail or something is my Crocs.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to chill in Crocs either. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't chill in any footwear whatsoever.
Yeah, it's insane.
In the winter, maybe a pair of socks.
It's Matt from my old podcast.
I think you told me that about him.
He has to be buttoned up like all the time because
why?
Because
what's coming? What apocalypse does he think is coming that he has to do that.
His reason, he does like to be prepared to like leave if he has to, just in case. Because one of his jobs, to be fair, is on call a lot. But he said it's because when he grew up in his house, like the house he grew up in was like fucking half dilapidated and had like nails sticking out of the floor in places and shit. So he never knew where he could put his feet down. So he always instinctively keeps his shoes on.
I don't buy that shit either.
That's fine, but that's
Like instinct is fine, right? But
just
if
what
you
he
live in
told
a
me.
place without nails on the floor for about 4 or 5 years, you should be over it.
there is that.
You should be able to let your fucking guard down.
You're not there anymore. It's over.
And let me ask you this. Barring a shower or any of that stuff, just to throw clothes on real quick to go do some simple task, how long do you think it takes you to go from just boxer briefs to fully clothed and out the door?
5 minutes.
Exactly. As
If
soon as
that.
the jeans come off, I leave the belt in the jeans, and they're just laying on the floor, so you can just step into them,
Yeah.
pull them up.
If I'm wearing pants that even require a belt,
Yeah.
that is.
Do that. You can throw a shirt on in like 4 seconds, less than. So
Shirt's the easiest part.
I don't think he needs to fucking be ready for the grid to go off, and what a fucking dum-dum.
He's out there. I love him, but he is out there.
Like he can never fully
He can't relax. That's his biggest problem in life is that he cannot relax. He can't sit still. He can't do it. He's just one of those people. He has to do something all the time.
Should go seek psychiatric help, get some medicine, and I'll help him chill out.
Doesn't believe in therapy.
Oh, he's one of those guys? Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Doesn't believe in therapy or medication. Won't take Tylenol.
He doesn't believe in medication.
He believes that it exists and that it works for people, but he doesn't want to take it.
Okay.
He doesn't straight up deny it.
Now, what if he was like sick and had to take a medication to make him better? He wouldn't take it?
He would do that. If the doctor's like, I have to prescribe you this antibiotic for 2 weeks, he'd be like, okay. But he's not going to take anything over the counter. Not even allergy medicine.
That's insane.
Right? I would fucking
I don't
die.
have allergies anymore. I only had a minor food allergy when I was a kid. But
Some days, though, you need
I've been around enough people that have crippling allergies and know how they are when like I guess you call it a season changes.
Yes.
Like allergy season starts.
It was hitting me today.
And they're fucked up for like 3-4 days where they can't even function correctly. So it's like, Jesus Christ.
The allergies were hitting me today just a little bit because it got fucking 15 degrees warmer today out of nowhere.
So he won't pop like some Afrin up his nose or nothing?
Nope.
What a jerk off. He's just dumb and deserves it now. I'm sorry. If you're going to deny the medication, you deserve to stay sick.
That's not
If you
unfair.
can't afford it,
That's different.
fair. I get it.
But
if you're just like, nah, not doing that.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm too cool for medicine. Like, all right, then you deserve to stay sick. Enjoy your ailment, you fucking idiot.
You stubborn old goat.
Yeah, like, cut the shit, dude.
Like I said, I love that. I love him. He was my first friend that I ever made in school, really.
Ugh.
But he is out there.
Didn't that motherfucker used to wear like big ass boots too?
Yeah.
I get to see him like on a fucking nice ass lazy boy with the
His
fucking
fucking
thing
boots
up with
on.
just fat boots on. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
He doesn't really put his feet up
I'm
either.
ready to book out anytime someone just fucking the shit goes down. Like, fucking chill.
He's not like a prepper guy either. He just
Yeah.
likes to be ready.
For what?
For what is my favorite question. I always hit him with a for what.
All right, put a shower, brushing your teeth and shit aside. For me to get ready for work, granted, I go extremely slow because I'm a slow in the morning, so I guess why I get up a little earlier than I need to.
Yeah, but
You're looking at 5 minutes.
I would call it, including taking the dog out and getting ready, 15.
Including the dogs, will probably be like 20 for me because they walk slow as shit.
And that's not even including if I make myself a little lunch
No.
too. I like to wake up extra early to do stuff like that. Like if I have to leave the house by 6:20, I'll wake up at 5:30 to do that.
Now, for him, like if I call him and say, yo, you got to be at work, he better be out the door in 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, you better.
If he's even a slightly bit over, I'm like, I thought you were fucking ready, man. Go on.
It's just
Like if it's winter, right? Does he always chill in his house in like a winter coat and gloves?
nah,
Just in case he's got to be ready?
nah. But it's by the door though.
Fucking dickhead. Oh, God. I hate that so much.
Yeah, he came up different. That's all.
He's a fucking, came up as a goose egg. Oh, God, dude. That's fucking stupid. Oh, my God, dude.
I do love to pick apart his arguments though. Why? For what? Can you explain?
The people that always have like reasons like I got to be ready. It's always like you have nothing to be ready for. The people that actually have shit that they should be ready for and like things they have to jump to, they're normally even there. They're like a little more easygoing. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
they know in their head it's going to take me this long to get ready to do that. So just got to be prepared for it. But they're not fucking. They still can throw on a pair of joggers, you know.
He is. He did get into joggers a couple years ago. Thank God for him.
Oh, I'm surprised he didn't do shit like fucking like go jogging in jeans.
Nah, he discovered the wonder of joggers and sweatpants and was like, okay, I get it now. And I was like, thank you. I was right again.
Do you ever meet a fat person who's never worn sweatpants like that?
Nah.
That's fucking insane. They exist too. I'm like, you're nuts.
That's
Yeah.
just cruel.
Yeah. God damn it, dude. If I hated myself more than I actually do, I'd probably wear sweatpants in public. I think I'd be one of those guys.
I mean, I do it all the time.
Well, it's kind of like somewhat, it's not acceptable, but it's kind of like, all right, if someone's in shape, you're like, whatever, he's just a dickhead. But like a fat dude in sweatpants, you're like, you're already going out fat. You're already going out into the world as a fatty, which so you're already like a fucking eyesore, right? So like you're going to do that, and then you're also going to be wearing sweatpants.
Maybe it's because they like, see themselves as an eyesore.
Yeah, that's one of the main things I do, half the shit I do.
People may not even pay you any mind wearing sweatpants, but in your head, you're like, I can't present myself like this.
Yeah. It took me as many years to get my guard down to wear Crocs.
Until you were shoved in that locker and had to.
Yeah. But
Thank
by
God.
you and your fucking ex.
Thank
Look
God.
at the fucking got that. Now it's like, God damn it. I can't wait to get home and take boots and shoes off and put these on.
I've done it to everybody I know.
Oh, God damn it.
Anybody who's anti them, I force them.
But it's just rare you see me do it in public.
Yeah.
Well, the liquor
It's
store
special.
or the coffee place, that's about it.
It's special.
Yeah.
Like yesterday is a good example of the sweatpants thing. Like last week I did this, but yesterday I did not. I knew that I had to go to school. I had to go to school, and then I had to go to the grocery store and the gym, all in one outing. So I wore sweatpants last week, but last night I didn't, and I felt no different about it.
Well, it's one thing if you're coming from the gym, because you're going to be in your workout clothes unless you're one of those guys who showers at the gym.
No.
Which A, gross. B,
Gross. Fuck
you're a
yourself.
freak.
Die.
But well, okay.
No shower is better than
All
my
right.
shower.
If you go into the gym and then to work,
That's
cool. I get it. Shower at the gym. But if you're just going to the gym on a day where you don't have anywhere else to be other than the gym, get out, like as soon as you're done working out, go home, take a proper shower in your home on your home turf. Like,
Us girlies call it an everything shower.
what the fuck does that mean?
It means you wash everything. Your hair, your fucking... It's not just like a quick rinse me
Oh,
up.
a public shower. Yeah, I would just fucking pits, balls, asshole,
Right, exactly.
and then get out.
Scrub the feet, get out.
Yeah. I do use one washcloth. What am I gonna do when I want to wash my face or my feet? But
You go
Yeah.
from the top down, obviously.
But if you're just like, yo, if I don't even have a job and I'm just gonna fucking take a shower, like, what are you doing? You just want to show your bird to random people?
Some dudes are weirdly like that in
Old white men.
in gym lock. No, I've seen young guys do it lately in gym locker rooms. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you hanging in here for?
I thought we fucking got rid of that gene. I thought we bred that out.
I wish.
Ugh.
And my gym that I'm part of now has a sauna.
It's like Hitler.
Okay.
Okay, Hitler, he wanted blonde hair and blue eyes, and all the people going forth in the world, right? That's what he wanted, was blonde hair and blue eyes.
The Aryans, yes.
I don't give a shit about blonde hair. I don't give a shit about blue eyes. I just want people that aren't showing their bird to random people in a shower when they're like fucking in their 20s to 40s. If you're like an old ass man, all right, we get it. You probably grew up in the Depression. Who cares? But yeah.
you had to grow up and learn that?
Like, it's like when you were like a kid in like gym class when you first had to start like showering at school.
My school never did that.
What fucking magical school did you go to?
Went to AI.
I didn't take part in gym class just so I didn't have the shower.
Nobody was like, in fact, the whole time I went to that high school, not one person took a shower after gym class ever.
High school,
Not one.
definitely, because that's when like, puberty's fucking off the charts. So you're sweating your balls off like a man.
Some are,
But
yeah.
I seriously did not take part in gym class and failed gym class because I didn't want to shower around other dudes. But you still had to go through the locker room to get to the gymnasium or into the pool area. And there's this kids my age, maybe even younger, walking around with their birds out, just like
hanging.
fucking free.
Just hanging
I'm
down.
like, are you fucking nuts? And I'm not even saying like kids that were in shape. There was kids like built like me when I was in high school, just fucking walking around like hanging brain. And it's like what are you doing?
The thing that
Where did you grow up?
what bends my brain about it is like, that's not acceptable anywhere else. So why, like,
I don't think it should be acceptable in a gym, and like not like a school gym, but a gym.
Public gym. Yeah, like the cognitive dissonance it takes to just be like, this is okay here and only here, so I don't care. But everywhere else, I care. Like what?
Okay, now in the saunas, people wear towels, right?
And oh god, in my gym, people often will wear their full on clothes, and it bothers the shit out of me.
That's just ruining those clothes for the rest of the day.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and if you over sweat any kind of clothing, it ruins it going forward for forever.
When I go in there, I wear just my gym shorts that I'm already wearing because they have a liner of underwear on the inside, and they're like an athletic short. I take my socks off, I take my shirt off. And most other guys do that too, but I've seen people, this fucking freak I saw there the day before yesterday, hoodie on. Like some people wear the full fucking outfit so that they can sweat more. That I get. But this guy had shoes on, shorts, hoodie, headphones, talking on the fucking phone. And I was like, what are you doing in here?
If shoes is wild.
Shoes is bananas in there.
An overly sweaty foot in shoes will make those shoes stink for the rest of their lifetime.
That's his wife's or his people's problem then.
You know what's fucking funny is I don't know if you ever encountered this. People, those showers that they have off of beaches.
Yep.
Which are basically supposed to be
It's a shack with a spigot inside of it.
and maybe a small curtain
Maybe, yeah.
for you to is basically
to rinse the sand
for
off
A,
you.
little kids, and B, adults for their legs and feet. Right? Do you ever see people fucking taking full naked showers in those?
I sure have.
Yeah.
In Delaware beaches, I sure have.
And
seen
let me
that.
guess, how old were they?
Very.
Yes, they don't give a fuck.
Mm-mm.
But I was just thinking of this when I brought up how overly sweating can ruin a shirt forever.
Yeah.
As a fat guy, finding band merch in my size has always been a rarity.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, there was a band who just came back recently from New Jersey called Fury of 5.
Mm-hmm.
When I was fat, like
Back
yeah,
then.
right? All of the last 45 years. But they had shirts that they printed shirts for fat people, which is great because musically, that's fat people music.
Yep.
I mean,
It is.
to make music like that and not print for fatties is nuts. If you're playing like some roll around the floor backpack emo
Yeah, that's not
shit,
it's not the fat crowd.
you can go mediums and smalls. But if you're Fury of 5, you better have at least a 2XL. Right. So anyway,
Our runs start at large.
I got this is when I was probably 18 maybe when I got this shirt, and it was a Fury of 5 shirt, and it was a ringer. Remember ringer shirts?
I like them.
It was bright canary yellow Fury of 5 and purple graffiti across the front, and the rings on the collar and the sleeves were also purple.
That's cool.
It was a sick shirt, right?
I'd wear that now.
And one of the main reasons I dressed like a cholo was because A, I couldn't find band shirts in my size.
well,
So
You resort to chinos and dickies, right?
I wore this Fury of Five shirt almost every show I went to. I'd say for a period of, let's say, 2 years. Like, I'm talking every show. I mean, that's every weekend. And this is before I learned about you should wear undershirts to kind of buffer between you and your shirt. And
learn that
by
lesson.
the time that shirt finally got retired, a girl I was seeing at the time, I was probably like 20. She was like, yo, that shirt fucking reeks no matter how many times you wash it. You need to get rid of it. I was like, but it's the sickest shirt. She's like, look at the armpits. The armpits were a 5 times darker shade of yellow than the shirt just because of wearing, if you like, remember like deodorant
sweat stains
back in the 2000s, late 90s was like almost pure alcohol. Like Old Spice deodorant was like pure alcohol in a gel form.
It was like a step below aftershave, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Like it would actually burn a little.
You could probably strip paint with it.
I bet my dad would know. That's why he stuck to Brute in a can.
If you did that too much, like the armpit of your shirts would get
white, right?
And hard, like crusty, almost like a cum sock. It was nuts. So
I've bought old merch that has fucked up armpits.
Yeah, somebody actually was like, "Oh, I want to buy that shirt off you." I was like, "You don't.
You can't."
It had this one small hole on the collar that was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the pits were just stiff. It was just disgusting. Because shout out Fury of 5 forever. I don't give a fuck what that band does from now on. They came through for a fatty in the 90s, and I appreciate them for it.
Shout out to Fury of 5 and Mr. Ismeen.
Yes.
Big fan.
Yes.
Always have been. Always will be.
Nicest fucking guy. But it was just funny as shit, just like how often I wore that. Like every shirt, like, sure, there he is. He's got that stupid shirt on. Wearing it with like camo pants, which is
sweet.
Which honestly clashes like a motherfucker.
Yellow and camo, yeah.
But
yellow and purple.
Fury of 5 than that shirt and camo pants, dude.
It's almost like it was made for that.
It's kismet, dude. But but it's just funny. Like, yeah, so like sweating too much in a shirt will ruin it. It'll crust up the pits if you wear a lot of deodorant like fat people do or should do. And also it'll make it real loose and droopy too, to where like the collars like feels like you fucking
get bacon neck and shit.
Yes, exactly. So wearing that in a sauna is fucking insane.
Right. First, and I totally forgot that's how we got started on this. That fucking guy. First of all, he was on a phone. Like the people who talk on the phone got the AirPods in, but you're talking so loud.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, a sauna is for A, relaxation and unwinding, but B, it's a little like sadistic if you think about it. Like I know that room's 190 degrees and I'm walking in there and I'm going to sit for a while.
Yeah.
So I think of it as like I have to take this and I have to sweat this shit out. I do not need, like, it's the same thing as like being in a fucking taxi cab or not a taxi cab, like a subway car or any public space, small public space with somebody.
Bus, Uber, yeah.
They're taking a phone call just too fucking loud.
Yeah.
But then first of all, I do 20 minutes in there. He was in there before I got in and he was in there after I got out.
He's taking care of business, dude.
And he like, after he hangs up the phone call, he was just chumming it up with anybody who would listen to him in there.
That's why I could never do, like, even like
just fucking.
If I get small enough to where I can work out comfortably, I will do it. But I'll never go to a gym because the few times I went to Planet Fitness, you're just on a machine, you know, a recumbent bike or whatever the fuck it is, and people would start talking to you. I'm like, look, man, I got headphones in. I don't want to talk to people. I'm vulnerable right now. I'm fat and I'm sweating. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to strike up conversations. It's like, stop this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully that's rare anymore. And in the rare instance that I have been approached when I have my headphones in, I'll give somebody the like, nah, I'm not talking.
Yeah. But then I would feel like a total dickhead to do something like that. But still,
too bad.
Like, just know that if you make me pop out an earphone, you have ruined my day.
Yeah.
You have ruined my fucking day.
Now I will, like, people have gone and I'll go as far as to like Like I'll have somebody take an earphone. If I have to ask them a question, like, "Are you done with this? Like, are you using this?" Because then it goes right back in, and we're back to business.
And also, 9 times out of 10, though, with gym people or anything like that, you can be like, point to them, point to the thing, and just like
hand signals,
and go thumbs up or thumbs down. And they say thumbs down, I'm still using it. Okay, you fuck off and go to someplace else.
Yeah, easy.
You can seriously sign language that shit and not even have to pop out an headphone.
90% of the time, yeah.
One of the greatest things in the world was taking the DART bus first, like early as fuck in the morning, right? And you would sit there and be like, and say you like, I would leave the iPod at home or whatever. You would just be a packed bus full of people staring out the windows or staring straight ahead, zero noise. And you're just like, yeah, these people know.
They get it.
They understand that it's fucking like 6:30 in the morning. No.
It's not time to open our mouths yet.
And then one person would open their mouth eventually, and the entire bus would just turn against them. They would get on the bus and just like, bah, 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 and you're like, you can just tell everybody's just like, or you're like, just like, everybody on this bus fucking hates you.
There's few things I'll take joy in, like adding to, like joining in with just an added.
And then everybody else around will just be, they'll look at each other and just go, shake their heads.
Yep.
Just like
somebody will do the teeth suck, and I'll just go, and everybody knows, like we're all on the same page except them.
One of the funniest things I ever saw was
fuck them.
I was on the DART. I was heading out of Wilmington into Newport.
What time do darts start running? 5?
Depends on where you are.
Okay.
There's like 4 or 5 buses that start around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, but the outliers like in the suburbs, suburban areas will start like 7.
Okay.
6:30, like 7ish.
So you're going from somewhere to Newport.
Yeah, and we're all on the bus, just quiet,
as you do. Yeah.
And this dude just gets on the bus, and he's been on for about 3 stops, and he's just fucking yakking on his phone. Not speakerphone, just phone to earphone. But he's yakking.
The way it used to be.
And of course, there's all that. People rolling their eyes, looking at each other like, But this one dude in front of me, I'm sitting window, he's sitting window in front of me, and he just goes, and just goes bang, 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 with his head against the fucking window, just like, oh my God, like kill me, like type of attitude.
shoot me $12.
And the fucking lady sitting like directly in front of him turns around and just goes, I know that's right. I was like, and then everybody in the bus is just like, It's just like
shit.
Everybody just fucking he's just like, it's like this audible is like, and just clong, clong, clong. And it's like, God damn it, dude.
I feel that so spiritually.
It's so fucking brutal. All right, look, if that happens, and I'm like on the way to I'm working the second or third shift, and it's like noon when I'm going. All right, whatever.
That is what it is.
It's noon.
It's the middle of the day.
Being an obnoxious asshole, fine.
Everybody's been awake for hours.
But if it's bright and early in the morning or super late at night,
I want no speed.
Go fuck yourself. Dude.
I don't even want to open my mouth.
Yeah.
Until 7 a.m. if I don't have to.
It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I used to try and play a game.
Real quick, the last thing I'll talk about the bus is I would have to take a bus into Rodney Square and then a bus out from Rodney Square to the job. And if you get to the bus at Rodney Square, you might have to wait like 15, 20 minutes before the bus comes,
Talk about freaks.
So you're sitting there, and you're there with your headphones in. Anybody that actually had a legit question like, hey, has the 5 been through? Or has this been through? Or do you know when blah, blah, blah comes? If they tap you and you take your headphones, like, they always like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I would just, have you seen this bus? Or do you know when this bus comes? So you always start with like, hey, I'm very sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry. And it's apologetic. So you're
sorry to bug you.
So you're like, all right, cool. But if there's like, smack you on the shoulder, like, has the 3 been through? You're like, oh my God, I want you to get hit by that fucking 3. You fucking piece of shit.
And the 4 and the 5.
In rapid succession, you fucking dick licker.
Talk about freaks of the night. Man, God. The Rodney Square terminal is just a haven for...
I never had bad encounters at Rodney Square. I think the thing is there was always enough police presence there that everybody was on their best behavior. The only thing that got annoying was there is these 2 or 3 guys that were always just screaming and yelling about Jesus and waving, not even like the Bible, just random books and pamphlets in the air. It's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But they might as well have not been there. Way people just know how to just ignore them. But that's it. Like I've seen, like as a lifetime bus rider, I've seen maybe 4 or 5 situations that were nuts at Rodney Square. People getting in fights.
Yeah, that's like,
and I saw a lady have a heart attack.
That sucks.
But never anything super crazy. Like, yeah, there's weirdos, but it's always those weirdos. Like, okay, it's just don't sit on that bench. Like you see a weirdo on a bench doing his weirdo shit. You're like, all right, just go to the next bench or don't sit on the bench.
Damn.
But every once in a while they had this, I think it was called the Clifford Brown Festival. And you know how like Rodney Square is like a square with like the bus stop shit, but in the middle is like kind of like a small, tiny park.
I remember that festival.
They used to set up like a stage in that little park, and it would just have like live jazz music and blues music the whole time.
My dad has played it multiple times.
That's the only times you would ever see real weirdos. And it wasn't people.
Well, they're outsiders though.
And it wasn't people at Rodney to go catch a bus. It was just people watching live jazz at 10 a.m. It's like, I don't give a fuck what kind of music you like. You're not going to a show that starts at 10 a.m.
God, this whole discussion totally reminds me. You know who can chop it up the best about the DART transit system?
Who?
Xavier and Mikey Fresh.
Bus riders know, man.
They are some bus riding motherfuckers. Were.
I still get on occasion. Like, seriously, there was times I would get on the bus just to ride it because I was just had a lot of shit on my mind.
Huh.
It was just like, I need me time, quiet time by myself.
Well,
get on the bus.
That'll get you.
Take it all the way out, then take it all the way back in, and just fucking clear yourself.
Sounds all right. It's like well,
if you know you're going home to a headache, fucking ride the fucking DART for a little bit.
Ride it out.
Yeah.
I guess that's where the term
I mean, it's kind of corny, and it's like, I like to ride the subway with my headphones on. I'm so, misunderstood. But
to the end of the line.
But sometimes you're like, God damn it, I just don't want to go home yet.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to be here, so I'm just like, I'm just going to go ride the bus.
Well, it's the same thing as
$2 to fucking,
It's the same as taking a drive.
Yeah.
Like people, like I've taken drives to just fucking fuck off before.
Yeah. Or there's times like you're on the way, like, you're out, done what you're doing, work, whatever. And you're like, something's just waiting for you at home that you don't want to deal with. So you're just like, you know what? I'm taking the fucking long way. I might stop someplace and get a sandwich, sit in my car and eat the sandwich and just be with my thoughts by myself.
It's been a while.
It's corny, but it's so helpful.
Yeah, I get it.
It's so fucking helpful.
It's been a while, but I've done that.
Oh, yeah, dude. I've definitely done that quite often, got on the bus just to get on the bus and get the fuck out of where I was. It's nuts. Like, I would perfectly have rides places. I'm like, no, I'm taking the bus just because. And sometimes it's nice pre-work and post-work. Yeah, the commute is long, but it's like, it's the amount of, like, going in, it's enough time to, like, all right, get in your head what you're walking into at work, what you have to deal with. And you're like, all right, and you're just prepping yourself. You're just kind of like, all right, this is going to suck. We're going to be busy today. Just let me take this 45-minute ride and just zone out and just fucking prepare myself. And on the way home, you're like, maybe if like guy you're working with isn't the guy you would just go out and get drinks with afterwards. You're like, all right, he's not working, so I need to kind of defrag after work and just kind of just wind down before I go home. Because you don't want to bring in that shitty day at work energy and then just walk into your home.
It took me a long time to learn that.
And you don't want to go home because like you're going home and you're being a cunt to people.
Or vice versa.
And it's just like, they didn't deserve that.
They weren't with you.
Yeah, they don't know.
They didn't do a thing.
Yeah. And so you're just like, you know what? I'm taking the commute home to just defrag, get all the shit out of your brain, prepare yourself to walk into a home and be a normal human being.
The opposite is true too. I've also learned to not take shit from home and bring it to work.
And also it helps you too when like when you coming off of work and get into your house that like they don't know what you've been through that day. So
Yeah,
you
they
can
weren't
go either
there.
way.
And no
So-
matter how good you explain it to them, and
They're
like,
not going to
you
understand.
You can
Unless
paint,
they work the same place you do.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can paint the most perfect picture ever,
Yeah.
but no one will get
Even
it.
if
Truly.
even if they have the same job as you do, if they don't work at the same place, they don't know the people.
Yep.
It's different.
Yeah.
So it also helps you with like, you remember like when like your parents or your significant other would come home, you like, I always learned to just not say shit, just say hi.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Kid, don't say nothing.
don't say, how was your day? Or any of that shit. Cause you know, just be like, leave me the fuck alone.
You also can't say nothing because
Just go, yo, hi, hey.
my dad and fucking drilled that into my head. If you walk by and don't say anything,
Yeah.
he'll be like, what's your fucking problem?
It'll be worse, especially with significant others. That's bad. But just go, hey, out. What's like, hey, or my always thing is like, hey,
Peter,
or just be like, hey, there's this in the fridge if you're hungry, something like that. That's fine. But then you wait about, I'd say 45 minutes after they got home.
Then you can unload.
And normally, as soon as they get their work clothes off and all their shit, like their briefcase or work materials, are just out of their hands and in a different room, then you go, how was it?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it as soon as they walk through the door.
That's the last thing I want.
That's
to hear.
walking into a fucking bear trap. Just give them a minute, situate themselves, acclimate.
The second
Smart idea. Wait till they get out of the shower.
the second I walk in the door, the last thing I want to do
Is talk.
is talk about work
Mhm.
that I was just at. Let alone talk, period.
And if they give you an answer like, or ugh, like that, don't press.
Don't press it. Yep.
If they want to talk about it, they'll talk about it.
Yeah. If they need to vent, you'll know.
Yeah. Don't just be like, well, what does that mean? No. Nope. If they're giving you a grunt or a one-word answer, that means they don't want to talk.
I had to teach my mom that
Yeah.
over the years, but she got better over time.
My mom too. The whole thing was like, I'll tell you later.
Mm-hmm.
And then normally I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
But she just knew like this.
If I did that, it's because I forgot to.
Yeah, it's like I just don't know. But
And then sometimes she'll be like, so what was that thing you want to tell me? I'll be like, I don't remember. I fucking totally forgot.
or just it's not like, because then also
Then
she goes
you've
nuts at work and you get home and you're home for like an hour and then all of a sudden you realize like, all right,
you've
I'm
had
home.
time to decompress.
And you're like, I'm home. It doesn't matter anymore.
Right. It doesn't bother you anymore. Like,
Until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning when you gotta walk into it again.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that annoying coworker that whatever it is not with you anymore.
Yeah.
Thank God too.
Yeah.
If
Fucking
my
Fran. That's the one who used to drive me fucking nuts.
Jess Ann,
Ugh.
if she
That name's terrible.
if she followed me home and somehow was in my kitchen, I think I'd choke her and kill her to death.
Ugh.
Kill her to death.
So that's like one of those two name first names that just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like John Paul. All right,
That's
kind
okay.
of rolls, right? It
Sorta.
rolls, right? Or like that. But it's just like if your name's like Kevin Fred, like what the fuck is wrong with you? Just like putting together, or like if you put together like two syllable names to like what?
Kevin Frederline.
But Jess Ann, Jess Ann sounds like you're saying yes and.
I know, right?
It's like, is you're saying someone's name or are you just really sick at improv?
Jess Ann, first of all, had meth mouth.
Oh, smells so good.
Was
Like a chalkboard.
was from a place, I won't get into it, and it was one of those people who like couldn't wait to bring it up. I'm
God.
from Buffalo. Like no one gives a fuck.
Like we knew the first 40 times you told us, dickhead.
Or like
Cool tall fire hydrants, you fucking zilch.
or like they love to like drop it as like
Yeah.
I'm from Buffalo, so I do it this way because like, I don't give a fuck that you're from Buffalo.
There should be a rule that if you say shit like that, if you've been like, say she's from Buffalo, okay? Say she was living in Delaware.
I forgot she was from Buffalo.
Say she lives in Delaware 5 years. You're allowed to say, as someone from Buffalo or I'm from Buffalo, once a day. Once.
It was always,
And that's it.
It was always.
If
more
you're
than
here
once.
10 years, twice a year.
Yeah.
You get to say, oh, okay, that's not counting like, I had to go home to Buffalo to see my family. You're just like, but you have if you've referenced where you're from, after 10 years, you're just fucking not allowed.
Yeah, you're just not. You're just not from Buffalo.
You're not allowed
anymore.
It's like, oh, back in Buffalo, it's like, yeah, but you've been here for a decade. So fucking adapt, you dickhead. Yeah. Jess, ugh. Fuck it, I'll name mine too. Her name was Francine Volpe.
Ooh.
Volpe. The most, just sweetest pie to my face, right? This is when I started as a meat rapper.
Uh-huh.
And the minute
You're like, yo,
she's
me.
like, I'll make a sauce, blah, blah, blah. She's like stereotypical Philadelphia born Dago, right? And she would just always like, I'm making a sauce. I'll bring you in some. And then like the minute you're not around, she's talking shit to everybody about how you're fucking lazy, you don't do nothing. It wasn't just me, it was everybody. And just like and it's just like, I just fucking hated her.
Just a scoundrel.
And the next day I would come into work, and because I worked the second shift till like 8 o'clock at night, and she worked the first. And then I would come in for my shift, and my boss would be like, Fran said you didn't do this, and this last night. I was like, I was fucking working by myself. She works with a crew of like 10 in the morning, and just like, it would just shit talk. That's all she would do. And it's just like, but when I saw her for the 1 hour we worked together during the day, she was like, oh, how you been? It's like, yeah, it's been like this. And I just talking to you like you're the best pals. The minute you're out of the fucking earshot or before you walk in the door, she's like motherfucking you all over the place. And it's like,
it's the opposite. Fuck those people.
I got offered that job to go back after I had left and started working at BJ's Wholesale. And they're like, do you want to come back? And it was better money and better hours. And I was like, my first question was like, is Fran
still there?
Is Fran Volpe still working there? And they're like, oh, well, she moved to this other store. I was like, cool. Well, what store do you want me working at? That store. Nope.
Won't do it.
Not doing it. The money would have been, and it's a good amount more that I got offered. It was like an extra like $5 an hour. And I was like, no, because I don't want, because then every time I go to therapy, all I'm talking about is fucking Fran and not me.
Fran.
So I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. I don't want that headache anymore. I'm going.
The cost is not worth it on your mental state. At that point.
I'll be fucking more baller, but I'd be fucking nuts.
At what cost?
I'd be a fucking full alcoholic, hitting my dick with a hammer every night. It's just like, yeah, dude.
If you hit it with a hammer, does it make a squeaky toy noise?
Not mine. It's really small. So if it did, it would just be like that.
Volpe.
I don't even know if that's Italian.
Well, it ends in a vowel, so maybe.
But she was like your friend Jess Ann. She also always mentioned she's from Philly.
From Philly.
I'm from Philly.
God.
She was from Philly, though. She's not like one of those assholes that says, I'm from Philly, but she's really from like Chester. She actually was from Philadelphia.
The thing about that is that Philly is so fucking close to here. It doesn't make that much of a difference that you're from fucking Philadelphia.
Yeah, right?
We do the shit that they do too.
That just means you have access to better restaurants. So like that's all it means. It's like you're not a fish out of water if you're 45 minutes out of that pond.
Oh, did you grow up in a townhouse that was attached to another one, or a row home you like to call it? So did we.
Guess what? We have those too.
Is your city is your downtown laid out in a grid system? Oh, so strange.
That's crazy. That's almost like every fucking city in the Northeast.
God, dude.
You fucking zilches. That's why I always hate when people talk shit on Delaware. Like, look, if you talk shit on Delaware and you're from like Maine, cool. All right, man. Go ahead. Go nuts.
All right, Maine.
You know what I mean? All right, Maine. Like, go ahead, dude. Even if you're from like Connecticut, cool. Guy got you. New York, cool.
Canary
if you're from Philadelphia, shut up. What? We have farms. That's the only thing separating us too, is the fact that we have some life other than Dagos in our fucking vicinity. There's not that much difference between 45 minutes. You know, we're separated by a refinery and some water. Like, shut up. There's no difference. Or people from like Delaware County that talk about Delaware. It's the same thing.
We can hit you with a rock.
It's the same thing. Acting like going to Delaware is like going to fucking Mars.
Dude.
Like, dude, off traffic, you can get there in 30 if you're a fucking speedy boy.
I've gotten from where I live now. I've gotten from Underground Arts to my driveway in 36 minutes.
Yeah. If you go off traffic, yeah, you can get there in about 30.
Yeah,
30 to
or
40.
I mean union transfer. It was
Yeah.
after 12:30 at night, but still.
So shut up about how like, oh, Delaware, dude. Like, shut up. Dude.
Got to go all the way to Delaware. Yeah.
Like, oh, cry me.
All 19 miles of it. Yep.
South Jersey's even worse. Like, dude, you guys can get there almost less time.
Dude, they can.
Like where we're at. If we're talking Beachtown, Delaware.
That's a
all
different
right,
story.
I got you. Newcastle County, like, shut up, dude.
Oh, you mean you get to
shut up?
You get to take the secondary 95 that circumvents the fucking traffic centers? Yeah. I've got like
yeah, you might have to pay what?
$5,
$3?
5, 6.
5? Okay. Yeah, I'm not counting for inflation, but yeah, it's like thanks, Joe Brandon. But yeah, it's just like shut up, dude. Or people from like Northern Maryland. It's like, dude, also you're way more hick than us.
That's so true.
Like, shut your fucking stupid mouth, dude.
Fucking.
It's like, I'm from fucking, Harford County. Like, I'll fucking die in a fire. Like, shut up.
Take your fucking High's dairy store and fuck yourself.
We're the same place, except there's way more Civil War reenactments by you. All right? That's it. We're the same place, but we're tax-free. That's it.
Yeah, we have strip
mouth.
malls too.
That's what, that's one thing I'll always say why I love Delawareans and Delawareans abroad for the most part. We, never brag about where we're from because we know we're the smallest state in the union, and we know we have nothing to offer besides the fact that we were the first one. We know we're zilches. We're more humble. We leave people alone.
Mostly, yeah.
So fucking Philadelphia and their little shitty arrogance, it's like, yo, calm down, dude.
In fact, I think the only people I've seen in my lifetime so far, like motherfuckers with like the Delaware outline tattoo or like a 302, are people who live here. Like I've never seen anyone. I've never heard of anybody else like that somewhere else.
Yeah,
ever.
I think it's fucking funny as shit.
It's fucking bizarre. But, and what throws me for a loop too is like the total polar opposite of that. There's a person an acquaintance that I'm acquainted with through an acquaintance. Like we don't know
Inception.
We
threw me for a loop.
We don't know each other, but roughly close in age, has a 302 tattoo on the chest. And I was like, okay. I've literally never seen you in Delaware in my life. Who are you? Like, literally, who are you?
Well, maybe they got that, then left the state.
Must have been immediately after. Like, got it on their 18th birthday and then never came back.
You know what's also funny, great about Delawareans, too, is that when people are, like, out abroad and they're like, oh, you're from Delaware? What the fuck? Like, what is, like, blah, blah, blah. There's, like, Delawareans is like...
Where'd you go to high school?
But Delawareans just be like, yeah, it's kind of lame.
Uh-huh.
You know what?
I've done that.
It's kind of like, what are you going to do?
That's been me before.
You'll never see us be like, oh yeah, what? Blah, 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 blah. Like, it's just not gonna fucking happen. We're just like, yeah, all right, cool. Who gives a shit? Where you're born doesn't really tell like what your character is.
You know what? Graham Hancock said that before. On a
bringing up fucking the man.
I know. Thanks, GH. on an episode of Saint Rogies a few years ago now, but he was like, one of the craziest things about people is how they're like he was talking about tribes and tribalism and nationalism specifically. He said the dumbest thing that you can possibly be is a nationalist because
it's so stupid
because of the great randomness like soup that we all come from. Yeah. Like it's totally by chance that you're from where you're from. So being proud of that is absurd.
It is so fucking corny. If like the first thing I ask you, like tell me a little bit about yourself, the first thing you say is, "Oh, I'm from here." Oh, I already know you're boring.
Where do we go from here?
I already know you're boring.
Where do we go from here? Our favorite color?
The most interesting thing to bring up about you is I'm from ... You're boring.
You better be like like if it's somebody who's like buttoned up and like straight lace looking, like, oh, I'm from Fallujah. Like, get in what?
Yeah.
Like that's different.
It's still corny though. You should still be like, oh, well, I do this. My interests are this, it's like that.
Where you're from is like 6th.
And I was born in Fallujah, all right.
But where you're from is like 6th on the list.
Yes. But if it's the first thing you mention is like, I'm from here, is like, okay, then what? It's like,
yeah,
yo,
where do we go from here?
it's like, yo, do you like pizza? Do you like
Yes, I do.
Do you like Madball? You know, it's just like, all right, tell me something other. Like, it's like, well, I'm from like, oh, Jesus Christ. Philadelphians. It's not, honestly, to be fair, 9 times out of 10, it's not Philadelphians, but the outliers of Philadelphia that are like, oh, I'm from like Philly. It's like, okay, what part of Philly you're from?
Oh, I'm from Berks County. What?
You know, it's like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, do you know where Westchester is? Like, yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
not.
It's
Like,
worse.
stop it.
The other direction. That's worse.
Look, I understand that though. If you're like, say you're on the West Coast, and someone from California is like, where are you from? Pennsylvania. What part? Instead of being like Westchester and having to explain where Westchester is, yada, 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 just go Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Cool. But if you're saying that to a guy from Delaware or New York or New Jersey, just be like, oh, I'm from here. I'm from, you know, whatever county is like right outside of that. That's fine. Like, you don't, there's nothing wrong with being from Delaware County or South Jersey. There's nothing wrong with it. There's great people. I've met amazing people from both places.
Even if you're from, what the fuck's that town that's literally the first town off the bridge over in New Jersey?
Cherry
like
Hill?
Cherry Hill, Gloucester, something like that. Even if those people,
Carney's Point.
even if those people try to be like, I'm from Philly, like you can you can say Jersey and people know what New Jersey is.
If I can get there to Philadelphia from Delaware faster than you can get there from where you're from, you're not from there. You're not. I'm
Well
sorry.
said.
You're just not from there.
Well said.
And if anybody
I'm from Willow Grove.
anybody from northern Delaware tells people they're from Philadelphia, I disown you. I want you dead. And you don't deserve any happiness in your life. And I hope somebody pours a cup of water on your head every time you leave the house. I don't like you.
When I was on tour with Drown and I had to explain where I was, because I was literally across the country, they'd be like, where's Delaware? I would say Philadelphia to clarify. They'd be like, okay, I get it.
It is funny though, because
I would never claim to be from Philly.
I've toured as well. Like when people are just like, how many times have you run into when you're like, I'm from Delaware, or we're from Delaware? Have they been like, where is that?
I have heard that. My favorite that I heard was, oh, I'm from Delaware. What's that?
Yeah.
Not where.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. What's that?
Not where, but
Yeah.
what?
It's like, it's a state on the East Coast.
You know, like geography.
And like, I've heard that from people in Atlanta. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, it's that way. So anytime now, like, where are you from? I'm just like, over there.
Over there.
Over there. Well, I'll say Delaware, but it's like, where's that at? And it's like, that's where I'm from. And just bring it into like a nice circle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where are you from? Like Delaware. Where's that? Like I said, over there. It just kind of just, if you don't know all 50 states,
Fine.
and you're like over the age of 12, you don't deserve anything. You don't deserve anything. I hope all your pizza's cold, you know,
Sorry, pours a glass of water on
over your head every time you walk in the house. Room temperature water.
I really like that.
I don't want anything harmful to happen to you because I don't want really anything harmful to happen to anybody except for like 5 people.
But that'll
But
dry.
just like, I want you to go to the first 5 places you have to be on your outing completely wet. I hope someone just pours a nice glass of warm water on your head.
Nice 8-ounce glass,
Yes.
just enough to.
I'm not a dickhead. I don't want like a 2-liter bottle.
No.
I want just a glass of water poured on your head. As soon as it's like, I think that's a great thing to do. It's like the first time someone just says something stupid, just pour some water on them. Or get a spray bottle like you do with like
it's as
cats that
demeaning
are-
as a spray bottle.
like a cat, like an unruly cat. Just like, how dare you, you fucking ding dong. Oh my God, dude.
You know what? I want to do one news story before we do homework.
Hit it.
Because shout out to Scrutinize. Shout out to Charm.
Fucking Charm
sent me
rules,
this.
dude. I love that guy.
This is totally up our alley too.
I love Charm. I love you, dude. I know you're listening.
I know
You're
for
sweet as
I
fuck.
know for a fact he's listening.
And Jake, I love you too, you sweet little guy.
Fuck yeah. Did you hear about the
Real quick, Jake, if you stop cream pieing in your girl and making new babies, I'd have you on the podcast, you fucking dickhead.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear
Everybody
about...
listen to Scrutinize and Suck a What from Maryland. Up and coming bands. Check them out. Good guys.
Did you hear about the 43 monkeys that escaped from a zoo or a research facility in South Carolina?
Let them go.
They escaped,
They
but
didn't do nothing.
this is an update to the story that he sent me, actually, because there's been a new development.
Well, can you bring me in at ground level since I don't know the story?
Well, in South Carolina, there's a research facility.
A research, like a zoo or anything?
No, research facility. And rhesus macaques were being experimented on there.
So cute.
43 of them escaped.
How could you fucking experiment? Such a cute little face.
This is just a bad picture, so it looks a little like sinister, but behind bars, so it's like free my boy, you know.
That's right, dude.
He didn't do it.
Didn't do nothing.
The last of the 43 monkeys that escaped from a South Carolina research facility late last year have been recovered, according to the local police department, putting an end to the dramatic saga that launched a small town in a national spotlight. This story is from 2 days ago.
A small town into being so chill.
Yeah. The female rhesus macaques made their escape from Alpha Genesis Primate Research Center in Whoa.
Jesus Christ. Could that say that name of the place again?
Alpha Genesis Primate Research Center.
Could anything sound more sinister than that fucking
name?
It's just like if you give me the name of like 5 research centers, like the Mike Javis
Alpha Genesis
fucking research center. All right, cool. The Alpha Genesis, like, dude.
I think that's why buildings like that are named after people instead of that.
There's a 90-year-old Nazi running that place.
Dude,
guaranteed,
straight
dude.
up.
Fuck that.
That's
dude.
like the fucking the company that John Benet Ramsey's dad was in charge of. Access Graphics.
The daughter kill. The daughter kill LLC.
His company was called Access Graphics.
Oof.
They were a weapons developer. Anyway.
Of course they were.
In Yamasi, South Carolina, in early November, surviving an uncharacteristically brutal winter. They survived outside, of course, because they're animals, wild animals. What was I going to say?
They have thumbs. They can make fire.
Yeah. By mid-November, Yamasi police reported that said 39 of the primates had been humanely trapped and returned, leaving just a handful of the playful primates outside of the property's fences.
What fucking narc turned them in, though?
Some fucking... Exactly.
Some stoolie.
Some narc.
Some stoolie.
Some fucking rat bastard. After the final monkey's recovery, Alpha Genesis CEO Greg Westergaard...
Oh, shit. No,
that's Gaard. That's Nazi for sure.
And you know damn well he pronounces it Westergaard.
Could be. Told authorities that the animals appeared to be in good health despite months outdoors. Yeah, that's because it's where they live.
And they don't need no man to fucking protect them.
You know what rhesus macaques look like.
Yeah,
that's one of them.
So look, dude, could you find a more heart-wrenching fucking picture? His little hand on the little bar, just like, I'm not supposed to be here, man. You got to let me out. Like, only thing cuter would just be him with a tiny little mug just going just between clanging. Nobody knows the trouble I see.
Just saying.
I think the real picture should have been the fucking rat that knocked these guys out.
True. Isn't that a fucking shame?
I would send somebody to their house to pour a glass of water on their head every time they left.
Police described the animals as very young, weighing between 6 and 7 pounds.
Ooh, slim.
Little babies. According to its website, Alpha Genesis breeds and researches primates for purposes including vaccine development.
Boo.
And experimental surgical procedures.
Ugh. No.
I don't want to give that a sound effect because it just sounds bad.
It really does.
The monkeys had never been used for testing due to their young age and didn't carry the risk of transmitting diseases to humans.
Let them go.
Thanks for the tip, Sharm. Shout out to Scrutinize.
Dude. All right, look.
How fucked up is that story?
Monkeys escaped the facility. You said it was in November?
Yeah.
It is now...
It's at the end of January.
Pushing February 2025. I think as soon as you hit January... let's say January 10th, okay? Let's say there was 5 remaining monkeys.
There was there was 4.
There's 4. Okay, 4. They're free.
Yeah, like all's well that ends well, you know.
I think we should deal with prisoners. I know it's not popular because some prisoners definitely are murderers and shouldn't be out.
They should be
But
incarcerated. Yeah.
Look, if an actual human prisoner can dodge capture, I'd say. All right, let's be reasonable. Let's not do like a 2-month, 3-month thing. If
5 years.
If you could do like, okay, look, if it's felonies but non-violent felonies, 5 years. Violent felonies, let's say 15 years. You dodge all authorities. You're good.
That's like
You're free.
Who the fuck was it? Whitey Bulger is one.
Yeah.
He dodged authorities for what? Over 20 years or something.
Yeah.
Almost,
Jimmy Hoffa still hasn't been caught.
allegedly. And who the fuck was it? There's all kinds of mob guys who just went on the lam and never got caught.
Like, I'm sorry. You know, like how they recently figured out who was the Golden State Killer?
That was the one. That's the one I couldn't think of. Yes.
You know what I mean?
He got Gary Ridgway. He got away with it for decades.
You find him and he's like half like fucking crypt. Just fucking, you know, old as shit. You're like, you're going to minimum security.
Yeah.
Yes, you're a murderer, but dude,
and
I think you should be like, well played. We shall, and it's like, I think if you escape from a facility, whether it be a prison or if you're an animal, you escape, you're gone a certain amount of time. They should be like, you know what? Now it's our fault.
Yeah. You got over on us.
Yeah. If a prisoner has been free, okay, look, it has to be a prisoner escaping, not just somebody who remained free because they never got caught. If you're a prisoner and you break out of jail,
a straight up prison escape,
and you're like a murderer and you've been out for 15 years, all like laying low, you know, just avoiding cops, that you're free. And all responsibility from then, if you kill more people after that, all responsibility should go back to the prison for letting you go in the first place. And the cops that didn't catch you. I'm sorry. There should be like, we're not dedicating fucking like resources to tracking you down 20 years later. You're good, dude.
Dude, they ran away and they touched base.
And if you're a fucking monkey, if you're a monkey that escaped from Dr. Evil's lab in South Carolina, you've been gone 3 months. See you later, dude.
Marlon Brando's Isle of Dr. Moreau.
And if people in South Carolina start bitching that there's this huge like feral monkey population like 10 years later, it's like, oh, go take it up with Dr. Evil's research facility and fucking down the street. It's their fault. Whoever let this happen. This is on them.
Whoever sold them that commercial real estate has some answering to do.
It's on them, dude.
You saw their portfolio before they signed the paperwork.
Yeah, you know whose fucking place never lost one? Scott Johnson's medical facility. You know why? Because Scott Johnson, he's just a guy trying to find cures for shit.
He's just some fucking
He's just
guy.
chilling. Now, fucking, was it Axis, Third Reich, LLC, and Associates fucking lab testing? Oh, they fucking lose monkeys all the time.
Alpha Genesis Research Center.
Yeah, dude. That shit would never happen at fucking Mike's, you know, Mike's Monkey Needle fucking Emporium. Hello, Gregory. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Let that motherfucker go, dude. Free him.
Oh, man. A good story. Thanks, Sharm.
Sharm rules, dude.
He does rule.
I love that boy.
If he didn't live so far, I'd invite him more often.
He doesn't live that far. I think he lives an hour.
I thought, oh, never mind. It was fucking John Harbor Discussions.
Yeah, and
it was
same with my buddy Jake. He lives out, I think, like
so far.
I think he lives in like Fredneck, like Frederick.
Yeah, I think John does too.
Yeah, same area. So yeah, that's far. But like, I think Sharm is closer to Baltimore.
Oh, he's
like an hour.
Yeah, he's something like that. Anyway,
all he has to do is fucking text me. He's like, "Yo, I want to come on soon," and I'll fucking bring him up.
Yeah, let's do some work.
Let me take a tingle real quick. Well, he is. Did you bring the thing for the?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's in my pocket.
Let me pull up my notes. Every week, Tom and I assign each other a piece of comedy and a piece of music to report back on the following week. We also ask that our guests take part in this. Last week, we had my old dear friend, Johnny Katrowski, here.
That's true. He was right there.
He was. And do you want to get into what he brought us there, Thomas?
Yeah.
You want to start or do you want me to start?
You start this time.
The first thing he brought us was a band called Chavez, and the album's called Gone Glimmering. This is a band I knew about for many, many years, but there's so many bands of any genre. Your hair looks awesome right now.
Yeah.
It's fucking, dude, you look like Billy Idol. But
there really are so many bands.
And it's like you can't get to all of them, even in genres you love. So this one that I just never made the cut. But the type of music I and John cut our teeth on back in middle school / high school. Just noisy, chunky, dynamic, and discordant rock songs that were angry at the same level as they were pretty. 10 out of 10 record. I loved it.
I thought it was really good too.
And yeah, this is like the shit. Like I said, I didn't get into hardcore from punk or metal. I got into from stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is like the first type of music. I guess they call it like alternative or college rock or whatever you want to call it back then. But that was like the first music that I stumbled across where I was like, this is my music and not my mom and dad's whatever. You know what I mean? This is what I found on my own. So yeah, makes me want to kick myself in the ass for not getting into it back then. It gave me a lot of hints of Jawbox and early Quicksand.
I definitely heard like Texas is the reason.
Yeah. Just pretty much rock songs, but just out of nowhere, just completely chunky.
I've said that about a band before, but this was more so.
Well, go give me your review.
Let's see. Chavez, Gone Glimmering, 1995, correct? I don't know what I was expecting when I was assigned this, but this wasn't it. The song Laugh Track slaps.
Yeah,
I like this a lot. And then I said, by 90s standards, is this emo? What do you think? I mean, you explained it more with like the noise rock thing, but
because it was a little noisier than emo. Emo back then was like a Sunny Day Real Estate.
Yeah, that's more fair. Yeah,
shit like that. This was more what it called finger quotes post hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I said, listening to it, this thing fucking flew by. A 7 out of 10.
Yeah, and I just have a note in there that I'm going to download all their other records and listen immediately.
It was quite good.
Yeah. we gotta tell fucking Gil about this. This would be right up his alley, I think.
Gil from Foreign Hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet
Gil
it would, actually.
And
Tyler. Yeah. I thought about inviting him back at least soon. I think
this type would be right up their fucking alley. Did I just do an Elon? Jesus. Oh God.
Line
He's not racist, he's retarded. Like, oh God.
Did you see Tim Dillon's defense of, or
no,
not defense,
I didn't.
but his
I'm
response
sure it's
to
great.
it? He goes, guys, it's not a big deal. Like, he did a gesture. First of all, he said, my heart goes out, and all that gesture means is Heil Hitler. That's it. It was so good.
I just think it's funny that like the defense of like, oh, like, you know, he's not racist, he just has Asperger's. It's like,
he is.
Look, Asperger's and autism, they can be racist too. It's not like
they just do it differently.
I'm sorry. Let's not get on that subject.
Yeah.
I'll be gone for hours. He also brought us a Hop
Along.
Great name. Also, great album title, Get Disowned.
It was.
This is short. Makes me want to hop along to the record store to buy this record. 8 out of 10.
I knew you'd like it.
I liked it a lot. The singing was awesome, right? But just the musicianship was really good. It was a good, like, blend of just like laid back and just and like mild, but also very frantic and like dynamic and just like it's just really good like college rockish, indie rockish just jams. It's super good, and I found myself listening to this quite a bit.
Really?
I've listened to this I think 4 times now. I fucking love it. Also have a note to find more shit by them. My first note.
Oh,
wait, my number score a 10 out of 10 on that too.
My first note was, wonder how much Dennis will love this. First, I thought
her voice is so good because it's got like, it's not like subdued pretty. She's also like pretty like upfront and like kind of like aggressive and still pretty in the delivery at the same time. And like, that's impressive.
It's very upfront. I said first song was annoying as shit.
Really?
The songs with the full band are much better.
Oh yeah, because the first one's
just acoustical.
Yeah.
The singer just sounds like E.G. Daily to me though.
I don't know who that is.
She was the voice of Tommy Pickles on the Rugrats.
Don't ruin this for me, man.
I could also see Larry liking this a lot.
Larry doesn't like anything.
He loves shit like this though.
Okay.
And musically it's fine, but it's like the total package was just a little too annoying to me. I said
Really?
I don't want to listen to it again. 2.5 out of 10. It's just not. Dude, I'm pretty sure what John said was this will be a divisive record for you guys.
I fucking loved it.
And he was right.
I loved it. You gave me Think I Care Mongrel.
Yes, I did.
Now, Think I Care is a great band. And one of the reasons I love Think I Care is for when they came out. When they came out, it was right at the fucking...
It was Bridge 9, wasn't it? Like the Bridge 9
I don't remember who put this out, but it was that era. And everybody... American Nightmare came out, and it was the biggest thing ever, right? Everybody knows that. Okay? And American Nightmare had lyrics that weren't like about being positive, staying true, blah, blah, blah. It was this sappy, shitty live journal poetry, right? And all the bands in Boston at that point followed suit.
Oh.
Even the bands that started off as just being like just straight up like your 10-yard fights, your
Right Brigade,
your fucking In My Eyes and shit, like that stuff kind of petered out and it went into like the mod haircuts. We're so sensitive and deep thinkers. And
we
shit
wear
like that.
track jackets.
Yeah, and it just got really old and really corny. And then Think I Care came out.
Wyatt.
Yeah, and then Think I
Love you, buddy.
And a lot of the and then Think I Care came out, and it was kind of like, nah, we just want to play really heavy and angry hardcore. And they did it. The lyrics were mean, pissed. The vocals were pissed. There was no quote unquote art, to it. It was just like, nah, we just want to be a badass hardcore band. And they fucking did it. And it was so refreshing to have that back from Boston. And the thing is, it sucks is like then Think I Care had a bunch of people that tried to be Think I Care.
They had a lot of babies.
And then soon after Think I Care came the Locking Out era, which was basically Locking Out era was for kids whose favorite part of hardcore was merch. It's just like, we don't give a shit what you sound like as long as your fucking shirts are cool. So yeah, Think I Care was a great palate cleanser from like the overdose of sappy maudlin lyrics of, the fake American Nightmares and shit like that. So Think I Care fucking rips. It's just no bullshit, no bells and whistles, just angry hardcore. It's not going to be the greatest thing you've ever heard.
But it's damn good though.
If you were around when they first popped, when they first started up, you were tired of American Nightmare and all their clones, or Hope Conspiracy and all their clones. You're just like, I'm enough. And then Think I Care comes on, everybody's just like, something different. This is great. Nowadays, the thing that sucks is like they were to pop like last year, and you're like, all right, whatever. But when it popped out, when it first came around, you're just like, hell yeah, dude. But nowadays, it's kind of like par for the course. But back then, 10 out of 10 record. Now 8 out of 10 record. It's still a great record.
Fucking good. It's a perfect
great record.
It's a perfect record.
But now it's like the medium to big fish in the pond. But back then they were the shark in the pond, So it's just a different score. It's still a great record. I think
you think it holds up?
Their entire discog is good. I say it's really, really good. I will never say it's amazing. But they're definitely awesome. And they were such a breath of fresh air back then. You're just like, enough of these fucking dickheads who do tons of coke and tracksuits and think they're like fucking artists. This rules, dude. I love it. It's an 8 out of 10 now for me. And I still listen to this band on a regular basis. I don't think anything they did afterwards, the members, not this band, but the members, was anything I remember. I don't know. You're really into the Boston.
Apparently I am.
So what did they do after this?
I couldn't tell
know
you.
Better.
I don't know a single member of that band.
Okay.
I have no clue what they did.
But Mongrel ripped, and their other shit rips too. Their other stuff's really good. But just don't expect it to be mind altering. Just expect to be good, angry, pissed off, hardcore, and you're in for a treat.
Yes. Yeah, I gave you comedy, didn't I?
Do you want to get into I would have bought you music, or did I give you 2 musics, or just?
You gave me 2 musics.
All right, then we'll do comedy last.
Okay.
Go into music, and I'll bring up comedy last.
I'll start with Lady Gaza, self-titled 2024, because they had to be one of those people who names their releases all the same thing.
Yeah, it is annoying. They have an EP from 2022, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But music aside, what do you think of the name? Pretty good band name.
It's funny.
It's a pretty good band name.
It made me chuckle.
Yeah.
The album art of this record, though, I thought I had the wrong band. So
It's weird.
I had to double check, triple check.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. There it is.
Let's see. Punkin', Hessian, dirty, not too crusty. 25 songs in 12 minutes. Let's fucking go. In the song Paralyza Simpsonova, I even heard a ooh. 8 out of 10. Fantastic record.
Nice.
I liked it a lot.
Found that on Infestation, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite good.
I found both of these on, I think, either Infestation or Fellow Punk on YouTube.
And then you also assigned me Cannibal Ferox.
I don't know how to
Ferox?
pronounce it. I can't help you.
They're Mexican. So I'm not sure.
Ferox if you're wanting to check us out at home.
It might be it's feroce because X in Spanish is a sh sound.
Okay.
Hence Shabalba. Ritualis de Transmutation. I said awesome buzzsaw death metal. It's kind of one-noted, but that note is super good. I'd wear a Cannibal Ferox butt flap. I would love to see this get a wider release, maybe release on streaming, maybe see it live for sure. Highlight for me was track number 7, Morbid Aberrations, aka Aberraciones Morbidas, defined as a plural noun, aberrations, a departure from what is normal, usual, or expected, typically one that is unwelcome. They desired the outbreak of violence in the area as an aberration. I will now translate the names of all of the tracks for fun. Track 1.
Translation Tom is my new favorite character.
Labor Trophy. Track 2. The Chains of Flagellation. 3. Rites in Honor of the Beast. It's because these are great track names too. 4. Perfidious Curses.
Mm-hmm.
5. Asphyxiated by Ectoplasm. 6.
Happened to my boy once.
6. Wake. 7. Morbid Aberrations. 8. Creepy Apparitions.
Oh.
9. Encounters in the Pit of Depravity. 10. Rotting Spawn.
Nice.
11. Corpse Desecrator. 12. Agonal Hallucinosis.
Ooh, not a hallucination, a hallucinosis.
Mm-hmm. It's like having the condition of having hallucinations. That's fucking.
You might not necessarily have a hallucination, but you're prone to it.
That's meta as fuck. And 13. Perverted by disgusting entities.
True.
And the outro 14 is Funeral Prayer. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
You know, creepy apparitions. Aren't all apparitions kind of creepy when you think about it?
There's spooky.
So word choice, you could just call it apparitions. We were like, yo, that is creepy, you know. But hey, you know, can't all be great.
S-L-O-K-S.
I know that's right.
You heard what I said?
On now. Comedy wise, let's get into comedy.
Yes.
Because I got a lot to say about this. I was reading a lot of articles last year about what was the most profitable comedy tour and which stand-up comedian made the most money that year.
It was him.
And it was Nate Bargatze.
$89 million.
Who dropped this special, your friend Nate Bargatze, on Netflix.
89 mil.
Yes. And now a lot of the comics that are those top earners have just become insufferable and just annoying, like your Burt Kreischers, your Andrew Schultzes, and all these other guys.
Oh
it's just
my
like,
God, dude.
Talent aside, it's just like, all right, you've lost.
Enough.
You've lost. But this is just proof. Nate Bargatze's new special is just proof that you can be the top dog. the guy who made the most money in 2024, a year when stand-up comedy is A, plentiful, and B, booming, and you're the top dog. A clean comic who pushed Jim Gaffigan out of the fucking #1 and still be relatable, humble, hilarious, and hilarious enough that, like, even though I as a comedy fan know that he's a multi-millionaire, but still, the segment about old people falling down, personally, I was like, I related to that so fucking much of what's going on in my personal life. It's just like, you're the biggest earner last year. You're a multimillionaire. And right now I am relating to your clean is not only my comedy of choice, but I'm relating to your special and enjoying it that much. He is proof that you can be incredibly rich, incredibly successful, and still be relatable, humble,
and hilarious.
So all these other dickheads need to take note. It's like, yeah, you have all this great shit. This dude is still fucking like one of the guys, even though we all know he's loaded. Like, and it
matters zero to his act.
I make fun of other comedians like Sebastian and Jerry Seinfeld and shit. How like, hey, what's the deal with this? No punchline. What's the deal with this? No punchline. Bargatze is one of those dudes who can also come in there with only a mild punchline, but just his delivery and the sarcasm in it is just so good that I'm like, I'm laughing my fucking ass off at this. And here's the thing. This isn't
so
even the best Bargatze special.
No, but it's...
Out of all his material, it's in the middle. But it's still a fucking fantastic special. It's a great special. Everybody should listen to it.
It's on Netflix.
And this is all. But one thing that I have one gripe to this. Oh, this is a 9 out of 10. But I guess this happens once you get the fan base you get, that people are doing like, woo, to just premises. It's like, wait for his joke before you start shouting and screaming. Like, comedy audiences at that level are, I guess they're just annoying. Because I said it with the Hannah Burner special that we brought up a while ago.
It's because comedy fans are not seeing you as much anymore. Now you just have fans.
So it's the point. It's like, look, comedians know that if you laugh at the joke, they've done it and they're fine. These people are like, yeah, like whistling and fucking cheering. And it's just like, you don't need to go that extra minute just for him saying like, I want to be a water meter reader. And there's like, yeah, like, just laugh. All you need to do is laugh. That's all you need to do here. You can laugh as loud as you want. That's all you need to do.
I love so much that was his job.
But it's just like, and if you just laugh your hardest at that guy knows his job has been done and he did a great job of it. You don't need to fucking just like, yeah, and just like you don't need to be a fucking like arena fan. It's like, just,
you don't need to bro out.
So
you
yeah,
need to just
it's
laugh.
like, just calm down, dude. Take it down a notch.
Yeah,
especially with like Nate Bargatze, who's not a high energy act. If it's somebody like, all right, look, as terrible as he is, Joe Rogan's a high energy act.
He is, actually.
Right? So if you're having that reaction to one of his things, okay, he's a high energy guy. Nate Bargatze is so low energy in his delivery. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, what are you getting up
What
for?
are you doing?
He wouldn't stand up. What are you getting up for?
Yeah. You know, it's like, calm down, dude. So, but yeah, it's a great special. I mean, everything he does is great. My favorite of his is, I think it's called Tennessee Kid.
Tennessee Kid. Yep.
Yeah.
19.
But most of them are on Netflix.
I think they all are.
I think the next one's going to be on Hulu, though. Or did he stay Netflix? No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But you can find a ton of his specials on Netflix. He's great. Just great delivery. He's a fucking solid joke writer. Even if you don't like clean comedy, you won't even notice.
I was going to say
that he doesn't cuss or talk about dick and balls.
I was going to say two things about that special. One is that, just like we've said before, I've said into this microphone before, you can go through an entire Bargatze special and you're like, oh my God, he didn't cuss.
You don't even realize
it.
Yeah. Jinx, you owe me Coke. But
and the other thing was that It's just that I totally forgot how brilliant that bit is. Like, yeah, my last job before I did stand up was a water meter reader.
What
You
that
get-
is?
You get
Well,
the entire job description from the
in the
title.
title, yeah. But he had a thing about how old people always fall down and shit. And I was just like, this is corny as soon as I was like, yeah, right? What the fuck, dude? And I'm like, I don't really do that. But I was doing that at my house by myself.
You're
The
like,
first time I listened to it.
like
Yeah, like
fucking
the Leo Capra.
Once Upon
yeah.
a Time, yeah.
I was like that, yeah. I was doing that the first time I listened to this. This was actually, for this, it was like my third listen. It was just great. And he's just a note to all other comedians, even the
time.
dirty ones. Is like,
Big time.
you can be relatable and humble. Gillis is another guy who does it. You can be rich as fuck and still be relatable to the blue collar and lesser than blue collar every man.
Average. Yeah.
When you start getting on the stage, talk about how many cars you own, or you're on a podcast about how many like places you own,
Or
it's
jets
like,
you've been on.
yeah, it's like, we don't care. This guy knows how to be a millionaire comedian. The first dude to really kind of hammer that was Louis. You knew he was a millionaire, but he would just talk to you about like shitting himself and pizza. And you're just like, yeah, I shit myself. I like pizza. Let's go.
Pizza makes me shit myself a little bit.
I can't relate to flying private and meeting celebrities, but I can relate to shitting myself in my own place.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So yeah, Bargatze is proof that you can
He's the gold
be
standard.
a humble, relatable, and clean comedian and be the highest earner of the year 2024, a great year for comedy.
Yes, it can be done.
Yes. You just got to work a little hard.
I don't know that I've ever heard one criticism of him before yet.
No.
I've never heard one person be like, yeah, but Bargatze's corny though. Never.
Nope. And most of his friends from his time in New York are some of the dirtiest comedians.
Mm-hmm. They love him. They love him. And rightfully so. Gillis was the one who pointed out you know how every comic stands differently with the microphone? Like Ari does this thing.
Yeah.
Shane does the
double hands.
He'll do two hands and shit or like that.
Nate does the behind the back.
He called
the waiter stance.
He called it the Napoleon.
I look. Looks to me like a waiter stance
With like a tray. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like that's how like a waiter will stand when he's handed you the menu and he's waiting for you to tell him what he wants and he has the one arm behind his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that he did that finally.
So yeah, that's like the kind of stance that doesn't deserve it just deserves a loud laughter. That's all it deserves.
What do you got for me this week?
Let me see. Give me 1 second. Oh, this is I don't know. I think this is only a year old, but it's a local-ish guy named Jake Mattera. I'm sure you're familiar. I think you sold him something.
I went with Kelsey to buy a mirror off of Facebook Marketplace, and we pulled up to this neighborhood not far from hers in Delco, and it was one of those alleys between the back of two houses.
Yes.
And he was like, "I'll be outside playing with my kids," to her, and I was like, "Oh, there they are." And we pulled up, and it's like this big stature guy, bigger than you, and I was like, "His face looks familiar."
Isn't he that tall?
He's pretty tall.
Yeah.
And he walks over. I was like, "That's Jake fucking Mattera." I was like, I've seen him host at Helium like 3 times.
Yeah.
And I've listened to Lil Stinkers pretty often.
Yeah. Well, did you know he had a special?
I thought he plugged it before, but I never watched it.
It's available on YouTube, and it's called A Soft One. I will preface this by saying it's not going to be the greatest special you ever heard.
I like him, though. I think he's funny.
Yeah, yeah. So check this out.
Jake Mattera, A Soft One.
Yes, available on YouTube. Mattera, Mattera, to those at home. Music-wise, is a band I know you're familiar with, and I know a lot of people are familiar with. It's a band called Biohazard. Now, this is an album. It's not the classic era Biohazard. This came out in, I think, 2005. And they had just dropped, I'd say, at least 3 really, really shitty nu metal records, right? So everybody's like, ugh, who gives a fuck about Biohazard? And then they came and dropped this record, and I enjoy it, but I think most people were just over Biohazard at that point.
So they just skipped it?
Yeah. This record's called Means to an End. Now, this record is hard to find on YouTube. So if you can't find it on any of the things you use, I understand. What's called means to an end. The back end of this record is decent. The first half of this record is really good. And it's great return to form Biohazard.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I never even heard of it.
Yeah, after they stopped doing it, burn out, like type of, what's that guitar tone? I hate that guitar tone. The new metal guitar tone. So yeah, I want you to check that out. After I listen to the classics, that's one of the only other ones I'll actually listen to. But that's what I have for you this week.
Nice.
I guess I can delete Lady Gaza and Cannibal for Rocks. Rituales de Transmutation.
So let's see. For comedy, I went through a little kick of purposely exploring YouTube thumbnails of people's names I had never heard and just checking it out. This is one of them.
It's fun because say you stumble across 10 specials, one will be good.
Right.
But sometimes it's so good it's worth going through 10 stinkers. Yeah.
Plus, I don't even do what you do. I don't follow like production companies like an 800-pound gorilla or like I think I follow Don't Tell but anyway, this is one I found completely independently of any of those.
Yeah.
The comic's name is Jake Silberman.
Can you spell that, please?
It's like Silverman but with a B instead.
Okay.
And the special is just called Live from Portland. It is available on YouTube. I think it's over a half hour, less than an hour. I don't remember the exact length, but
I like that. Because I do follow that, but also once you follow that, like a page like 800-Pound Gorilla or Helium Studios or whatever, you find yourself an algorithm where stuff will just get suggested to you. And sometimes it's even just by the comic themselves. And you're like, fuck it. I'll give them 15 minutes to wow me. And then if I want to stay in, I stay in. So sometimes you find cool shit that way. 15 minutes. Who gives a shit if you fucking waste 15 minutes? Yeah.
Now, music, I'll give you a choice. Would you rather do
yes,
hardcore or death metal?
Both.
Okay. I'll do both then. Fuck it.
If it's just you and me, I only got 3 things to do this week. Fine.
Well, one of them is an EP anyway, so
that's fine. Works. Yeah, give me both.
Hardcore, these are both bands I just got put onto within the last week. Love them both. The band is called Whispers. They're from Thailand.
I've been seeing a lot of shit about them. Yes.
The EP is called Yom-Ma-Lok. It's
actually in my save thing. It's YUMOL YOMMALOK. It's three words. And that's a great area for fucking death metal. Dude. There's a lot of cool shit coming out of there for death metal wise too.
This is straight up and down hardcore.
Yeah.
And there's guest spots on there that I was like, whoa. Yeah, he wants to go out. And the metal record is a band that broke up, sadly, but the band is called Apparition. And
heard of a band called Apparitions.
This is just singular Apparition.
Were they creepy?
Yeah.
It's called a callback. Like that.
And the record is called Disgraced Emanations from a Tranquil State.
Disgraced Emanations. It's Apparition singular or plural? I'm sorry.
Single. Apparition.
All right.
Take that, robot man.
Gleep gloop. I have no arms.
Hit the intro.
Oh, wait. Before we hit the intro, patreon.com/IRRANDILL. $3 a month gets you an extra episode, a bunch of other goofball shit. We got a lot of new guests coming in for the first time in the next couple weeks. So if you're like, hey, they got the same guy every fucking week. We got a lot of new people coming in soon. We got another
more comics coming on too.
Yes, we got a big thing coming in March that's going to greatly change the whole podcast. And we love that everybody sticks with us as long as they have. It's going on 3 years. And we'll see you next week. Hit that intro music.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I love you more than I can say. I love you twice as much tomorrow. Love you more than I can say. Oh, yeah, yeah. I miss you every single day. Why must my life be feel so long? All I more than I can say. Tranquil.
Oh, you got a little scarf on? Are you a bandito? You like this? It's cool, isn't it? Check it out.